You know how a new year gets you thinking, looking ahead? Well, the first week of 2026 has given us something a little bigger than that. It honestly feels like we've all turned a page on a brand new chapter in the really long, really complicated story of our relationship with animals.
So what is that story? It's interesting because when you look at all these different events happening all over the world, in courtrooms, in tech labs, even out on the vast savannas, you start to see one single powerful narrative taking shape. So let's dive in and piece this story together.
Okay, so the first part of the story is being written literally with ink and gavels. All around the world, societies are getting serious, using the law to draw stronger, clearer lines in the sand for how we treat the animals in our lives. And what's really wild is the timing. This isn't some slow, gradual change. It's like a wave. I mean, look at this. All of these huge developments happened within the same 48-hour window. That kind of concentration, well, it tells you this is a real global shift in how we're thinking. So let's start in California. A new law just banned non-medical cat declawing, and this is a huge deal. For years, the default was basically amputation. Now the law's pushing us away from that, toward humane options like behavior correction or even just nail caps. It's a massive decision that says an animal's physical well-being comes first. Now, let's hop over to the UK, where this idea gets even bigger. Here, the focus is on protecting the most vulnerable from the horrors of illegal trade. They're tackling these awful puppy smuggling rings by using technology, rolling out strict digital records for any animal brought into the country. The key here is creating a trail, a chain of accountability that just wasn't there before. And then there's Florida, where accountability looks a little different. They've got the new Dexter's Law. It's essentially a public database of convicted animal abusers. So now, shelters can actually check this list before an adoption, creating this really powerful barrier to make sure animals don't end up back in the hands of people who've already hurt them. It's a simple but brilliant safeguard. But look, this story of responsibility we're tracking, it isn't just being written in law books. It's also being written in code. So for our next chapter, we're moving from legal protections to technological ones, where the whole game is shifting from just reacting to problems to actively preventing them. This quote from Petco from their big 2026 product launch just nails it. The entire mindset around pet care is doing a 180. It's not just about running to the vet when your pet is already sick. It's about using data to keep them healthy in the first place, becoming a kind of digital guardian. So, how does this all work in real life? Well, it's a whole new cycle of care. First, you have these AI-powered smart collars tracking daily activity. Then, you've got amazing stuff like cat litter that actually changes color to flag changes in urinary pH. And that's the whole point. This early detection gives owners a chance to catch potential heart or urinary problems before they become a massive, life-threatening issue. All right, now our story is going to shift, both in focus and in tone. We're going to move from the animals that share our homes to the titans of the wild. Because sometimes our biggest responsibilities aren't defined by a new law, but by a really profound loss.
Let's just take a beat here. We're in Amboseli National Park in Kenya. Just picture it, this place of incredible beauty, home to some of the planet's most majestic creatures.
54. That number, that was the age of Craig. He was one of the world's very last super Tusker elephants, and he just recently passed away from natural causes. For 54 years, he was this living, breathing monument, a symbol of our wild heritage. So a super Tusker, what does that even mean? It's an elephant whose tusks are so unbelievably long, they practically touch the ground. They are these incredibly rare genetic marvels. And in the wake of Craig's peaceful death, Kenyan authorities didn't even hesitate. They immediately announced increased 24-hour surveillance on the few that are left, turning a moment of sadness into one of urgent protective action. So let's pull all these threads together now. We've got law, we've got technology, and we've got conservation. What does it all mean? What is this story that we're writing in 2026 really about? It really boils down to three crystal clear themes. 1, we're setting tougher legal boundaries and demanding more accountability. 2, we're using incredible innovation to become proactive digital guardians for our pets. And 3, we're responding to loss with this sharp, urgent new focus on conservation. See, when you put them all together, these aren't just random events. They're all part of one single story, the story of humanity redefining its role, moving from just being an owner to being a responsible steward. And that's the story we've written in just the first few days of the year. It is a powerful start. It's full of compassion and innovation and responsibility. The only question left now is, what are we going to write in the next chapter?